Today I want to introduce you to an AI tool you might not be familiar with, but it's very powerful. The name is KREA. In this tutorial, I will cover all the important aspects and demonstrate how to use it effectively for your needs. Before we start, there are paid models available, but in this tutorial, everything you see that I will create is with the free version. If you find the tool useful, you can opt for more options and additional image generation credits later on. However, it's worth noting that you can generate images and videos daily at no cost, but of course with some limitations and less options. Let's start with the gallery, where you can view all images created by other users. This is a great source of inspiration. For example, if I click on an image, I can see the exact prompt the user used to create it. I can then copy that prompt to create and modify the image for myself. Below the image, you'll also see similar posts, allowing you to explore related images that follow the same style, such as similar colors or themes. Next, let's move on to the Generate tab, where you can create both images and videos. First, we will look at image generation. This happens through a command line where we input what we want to create. For instance, I'll type, "Create a tiger hiding in the jungle." You can choose the aspect ratio, such as 1:1, 2:3, 9:16, or 16:9. I'll stick with 16:9. If you need inspiration, there's an option to click and get prompt suggestions. You can also upload a reference image, or you can pick a specific style if you click here. Here are a few examples. We will test this later. For our first example, we will just stick with the default settings. For now, I will click Generate. The tool will create the image, and you'll see it in the queue. It applies various styles automatically if you didn't specify one, as you can see. If you want to vary it, you can click here to generate similar images. I think I prefer one of the variations shown. If we find an image we like, we can also create a video based on it with this button. Let's create another image and give it some more details. Let's create a second image. This time, I want to be inspired randomly by the tool. Ethereal Lakeside, Moonlit Dance of Spirits, reflecting romantic supernatural anime. That sounds interesting, so I will click Generate. Let's look at the results. They all turned out pretty well, and as you can see, the anime style was incorporated as intended. Before we move on to the videos, I want to create a third image and specify the style myself. This time, we will let KREA create an ice citadel. I'll check for a suitable style. Let's pick Dark Fantasy, which sounds good. Now, let's review the result. Looks pretty cool, although I would refine it a little more if I would use it. Now, we'll move on to video generation. I enter a prompt. A beautiful beach with white sand and palm trees. I can select a resolution of 512 or 720 and choose portrait or landscape. I'll stick with landscape and click Generate. Here is the result. Looks pretty realistic to me. Another cool feature of KREA is the animation feature. You can create an animation from two images, such as a samurai that transforms into wearing a mask. That looks pretty cool. It requires two different images. The combination of both creates the animation above. You can choose an aspect ratio, the motion intensity, if you want to loop the video, and also the length. KREA also has some other interesting features. One of these is real-time AI image generation. Change the image instantly with your mouse. The image enhancement is also a helpful tool to improve the quality of images. All in all, a very useful tool. I will create more videos about KREA in the future, probably one that goes much more into detail too, because I like it a lot. So subscribe to make sure you don't miss anything.